Right, you are joining me on the M7. We're heading northbound into Dublin. I'm actually going to Tala first, and then I'm going into the city centre of Dublin. I can't remember. Yeah, I was driving a tipper in the last one. Now I drive a skip lorry. I'm driving a skip lorry now. Not always in around Dublin, just usually kind of most mornings I'm in around Dublin somewhere. Either dropping off a skip or picking up a skip. I'm dropping off a 14-yard skip to a place in Tala, and I'm picking up a 14-yard. Nice Scania. Then I'm picking up a 14-yard in the city centre somewhere. I haven't made any videos because there's just nothing. There's nothing to make a video about. I don't even know what I'm doing in this video. I'm just driving. I'm at this just a couple of weeks driving the skips, and it's fairly handy work, lads. The truck is small. It's only a just 2-axle 18-ton truck, but you wouldn't even get near the 18 tons with the skips, like. It's a 161 Volvo. Does the job. It's every truck that I come across on the motorway, it's just faster than me. I don't know why. Yeah, so my first time driving a truck, not sure about even in general, but first time driving a truck on the M50 was last Monday. I was going up to Portmarnock, and yeah, it was definitely an experience anyway, because everyone drives like a fucking lunatic on the M50. This was northbound. I was heading on the M50, and luckily enough there was no crashes, there was no breakdowns, no major traffic to deal with, like, so that wasn't too bad. But I've been on it a few times since, and I can't remember if I've only ever drove through Dublin once in a car, and that was about 10 years ago. And now I seem to be driving through Dublin almost every day in this lorry. I was in Donnybrook yesterday. I was back in Portmarnock just this Monday gone. It's Friday now. Friday I think it's the 22nd or something of January. 21st of January. And yeah, so kind of getting used to it now, getting used to it, because some of the junctions in Dublin are just mental. They're so mental. And it's just hard to get used to. A lot of traffic. Now I'm not in an Arctic, I'm not even in a big 8-wheeler or anything. I'm in this little small 2-axle one, so it's not too bad. I suppose it's good practice as well if I ever kind of switch over to the Arctic, which I'm sure I will. With the lad I'm currently working for, I'm pretty sure he's going to put me in an Arctic in the next few weeks, as he expands the business a bit. 24 minutes from my drop. I want to be in now Dublin as quickly as possible. Thankfully, the only times I'm kind of on the M7 in the evening is, say, if I was coming back from somewhere like Naas, around Maynooth area, there's a few skips, and yeah, it's not too bad. Johnstown is an hour and 4 minutes driving. I actually made a little bit of a video. I think it was Monday when I was up in around Portmarnock or something like that, or it could have been last week. But the clutch in this is a 4x4 box, and the clutch, every time you press the clutch, it would squeak really bad. And when I watched the footage back when I got home, you couldn't actually, it was so off-putting, just this squeaking, because you're constantly clutching going through Dublin. But anyways, I'm trying to remember what I talked about in the last video. I talked about getting my digger ticket. I don't know why it just told me that. It's like 600 meters, don't turn off. Like, well, I wasn't even going to. I wasn't going to go anywhere. But anyways, right before Christmas I was supposed to get my digger ticket. And it was supposed to be on a Monday. And on the Friday before that, I'm not going anywhere. And then they rang me and told me that the paperwork was wrong. And just getting it sorted before the Monday was just was just impossible. So I didn't get to do the ticket, unfortunately. Yeah, so they did give me back my money because it was paid for and all. So I might go back again. It's just that I haven't, like, there's a digger where I work, but it's in a shed. It's actually gone now, but it was in a shed because they were just tidying up all the stuff in it. And I got to drive it there for a few minutes last Saturday, maybe 10 minutes, and that's the most digger driving I've done in months. So I don't know, I don't know what to do. I'd still love to go get my ticket, but you know, I've never worked in a building site. Actually, I briefly worked on a building site about 12 years ago, and I had 4 bags of cement in a, actually, first of all, I had 2 bags of cement in a wheelbarrow, and I was going to bring it from one side of the yard to the other, and then go back and pick up 2 more bags of cement, because it was 4 altogether. And the guy, the foreman that was there, he just said, put the 4 bags in and bring it across. There's no point, you know what I mean? And I was, me like a spa, said, right, yeah, that's grand. And the second, your man was standing about 10 foot away from me, right? When I lifted up the wheelbarrow with the 4 bags of cement in it, I heard a pop in me back. Even he heard it because he turned around and looked at me. And immediately I had to go to hospital because I could just feel it, like it was almost like a spasm or something. But anyways, after that, I had to do like physiotherapy on my back for like 12 weeks. And even to this day, it's still not completely right, you know. So that's a bit of a whore, like. And I forgot why I was talking about that. Anyways, enjoy the drive on the M7. There's a pretzel. Nice, you can hear it there. It's actually quite loud in this lorry. And the last lorry I was in was the 181 Iveco 8-wheeler, and it was really quiet. But I think this one's loud. I'm not sure why. I still haven't drove an Arctic. I drove an Arctic for my test, but I haven't driven one professionally yet. I'm still waiting. I'm not in too much of a hurry either because I do like this little truck. I can get into almost pretty much anywhere. The only time I ever couldn't drop a skip is when I was down this alleyway and there was these wires going across from where I was going to drop the skip, so I couldn't actually put the arms up because there was wires, so unfortunately I couldn't drop it there. But yeah, I've been down terrible little places. There's the enemy there now, look. I'll be beefing. For the first time driving a truck, I'm dealing with the public more, like, you know, more, because usually like you're going tipping somewhere, a lot of places you just go in, you tip and you leave. But with this, I have to get out and talk to people and give them receipts or whatever, and you know. And I'll be honest with you, some lads are dicks. Some lads that come across are just pure fucking dicks. You know? Hey. Before last Monday, when I was working in Dublin, the last time I was actually in Dublin would have been about 10 years ago. I avoid Dublin like the plague. Dublin, I think in general, isn't necessarily a bad place. It's just the traffic. Traffic gets me. I actually quite like some parts of Dublin. When I was up around heading up towards like Portmarnock and that. Once you get off the M50, there's some nice spots up around there, really nice spots. Obviously like bits and places in the city centre, like O'Connell Street and all that. They're all nice. Temple Bar, you know, they're all nice places. It's just the traffic. Now I'm going up through Tala and out into the back arse of nowhere. It's actually kind of up in the hills beyond Tala. I don't know why there's always signs for Clondalkin. When I'm coming up off the coming out off the M50 north or southbound, that's where you stop in. North or southbound, I seem to be always following signs for Clondalkin. There's no signs for the N7 or M7 or southbound. You know, there is kind of back into the M50, but you're coming up towards that junction. They're always just trying to bring me to Clondalkin for some reason. I don't understand it. Let me see now. There's a runway there. It's not Dublin Airport. It's like the Air Force or something. Because again, you can only see it when you're in a lorry, because you see over all the stuff. When you're going up to Portmarnock as well, there's one point where you're just flying under planes that are landing. Now I've never been on an airplane. I've never even been near an airplane. So when I'm driving along and there's an airplane about 300 feet above my head, and it blows my mind. It really does blow my mind, lads. I love it. And every time I'm in Portmarnock, which has only been twice, there always seems to be, there's this bit of water, and I don't know what it is. It's not a river, it's not a lake. I don't know, maybe it is a river. There's just this body of water right in a field. And both times I've been there, there's a tea cab. That's what you call them. I'm not a big fan of them. That looks nice. That's nice. But I just don't, not a big fan of them. I think that's Amazon there. What's that beeping at me for? Was he beeping at me? Or was it just like a squeak? That's the new Amazon building. That joke is fucking massive. Absolutely massive.
In 600 meters for junction 2, take the R136 exit to Tala, Kingswood.
Oh, here we go. R132. You motherfucker.
Exit the roundabout onto R136.
And I would have
800 meters from the roundabout, take the second exit and stay on R136.
Yeah, I'm in the bus lane here. Ah, fuck off. I don't have to go on green. You got any? Just one drinking the can, that can of beer, smoking a fag, pushing the pram around. Oh, mother's jails on it, lads. Is this Tala? Actually, no idea. Fucking yoke. One arm extends out longer than the other. So fucking slow. The boat over there. Dirt in this lorry. I got stuff to clean it there, but just a lazy bastard. And that's that. And on into Dublin we go.